It's time now for the best high school sports action from the WBCB Sports Network. Catch the best games from Bucks and Mercer County at WBCBsports.com and our Facebook page. Your home for high school sports is right here at WBCB 1490.
Good evening. Welcome to Ewing High School, the home of the Blue Devils, as we get you ready for some high school hoops on the WBCB Sports Network. Central Jersey Group 3 quarterfinal round action. The Blue Devils hosting the Cougars of Colts Neck. Ewing coming in with the 1 seed and hosting a home game here. Colts Neck, the 8th seed, with an 11-14 overall record. And tonight's game on WBCB brought to you by the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office, made possible by Capital Health System, thanks to the New Jersey Education Association, the Revere Restaurant, outstanding Italian cuisine in nearby Ewing Township, New Jersey, thanks to Haldeman Ford Subaru, here yesterday, here today, and here tomorrow. And I am hyped to be here tonight for this game alongside Gus Barber, our video engineer, Makai Gundy behind the camera tonight for us, and we'll bring both those guys into our Trentonian pregame activities in just a moment. Thanks also to the Trentonian. Read about tonight's game in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian, thanks to the Italian People's Bakery and Hyundai of Trenton, the IHOP there in Ewing, also on hand for tonight's hookup between the Ewing Blue Devils and the Colts Neck Cougars. And Ewing making easy work in their first round matchup against Allentown, winning that one 88-42. And guys, we were all here for that one, a big win, and the Blue Devils making it look easy. And why not? They have such an explosive and potent offensive attack, and they put it to work here with that one, 88-42 the win. Gus, I know you love to watch this team because, I mean, for many reasons, but Tayala Del Foss is going to be heading to Michigan. You're a huge fan of Michigan athletics.
Oh, yes, a absolute diehard. I've made it known to her that I am a diehard fan. Very excited to see her get to Ann Arbor and play in the Chrysler Center. But yeah, it's going to be an exciting one. Three-headed monster by this Ewing team, and she is one of those players.
Yeah, she led the team in scoring in that opening round win. And at 6'3", what do you think she's going to bring to Michigan? I mean, she really has a dynamic approach, can score from different levels and in different ways.
Yeah, you just look at her game. She is just a tool of the trade. You can do it all. She has the length. She can use her size to her advantage. Offensively, defensively, she can take it in transition. She can handle the ball. She can shoot the ball. It's just an all-around game for her. So I feel like what she's going to be able to bring to that Michigan girls team when she goes there is just a lot of length. I think she's really going to be able to bring her length and use it to her advantage in the next level at that D1 level.
Well, Gus talks about Del Foss's all-around game for the Blue Devils this season, Makai. It has been all-around excellence. They come in with a 23-5 overall record. They went undefeated in the CVC Valley Division, 6-0, and defending champs in Central Jersey Group 3, defending state champs for this team. So high expectations for the Ewing Blue Devils, and I'll speak for you, Makai. You can correct me if you need to, but we just love to watch great basketball.
Yes.
And it is really impressive to see what this Ewing Blue Devils team is able to do, and they had it on display in that round 1 game against Allentown. But it's just fun to see them go at it. So many quality players on this team.
Yeah, it truly is. They really have a great depth. You know, they're spearheaded by, 3 big monsters that we like to say over here. But, they really just have a great depth. It's everybody that plays well in their role. They take control in what they do. They love how they play. Their play style is really amazing. I really like how they play because they can play fast, but they can also play in a half-court set. They're very defensive-minded. We saw in the last matchup against Allentown, they played full court. They was pressuring them a little bit, and Allentown just had a hard time just trying to get over that hump, and Ewing just got it easy win over them.
Yeah, a team that is prone to getting off to quick starts, but not letting their foot off the gas either throughout those games, and that certainly was the case in the win over Allentown. Meanwhile, for the Colts Neck Cougars, 11-14 overall. They're the 8th seed here in Central Jersey Group 3, but they come off of a big win against Hopewell Valley, defeating the Bulldogs 38-26. And I talked with Coach Nick Russo for a moment before the game, and Gus, he was really talking about the level of competition that they saw in the Shore Conference, and 1-4 in the last bunch of games, but they come off of a win. And in those 4 games that they lost, he felt like he saw a lot of growth because they played really tough competition, and they're going to have to, they're going to be playing really tough competition tonight.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that, but the Shore Conference is one of the best conferences in Jersey. A lot of good, talented teams in that conference. You see some of the best teams in all of the state in that conference. You look them up, you can see so many articles about it. But yeah, to be able to go in those games, you may lose those games, but be able to see something out of those games from your team, that's a good sign. So a very good sign by this Colts Neck team, and just keep the momentum going, even though it may not be the outcome they wanted. It's the way they want to play and what they want to see.
Well, we expect to see a zone defense approach from Colts Neck tonight. Is that going to be able to slow down Ewing? Hard to think that that's going to be the case against a team that we were talking about it before we got started. The top 3 scorers in the history of Ewing Blue Devil girls basketball all are playing at the same time for this team this season. We're talking about Ryan Stokes, who has eclipsed the 1,700-point mark. She will be, and already is, the leading scorer all time for Ewing Blue Devil basketball. And behind her, tonight it's possible that we will see Del Foss move into the 2nd position all time. She's at 1555 according to Coach Monty, and I think she's got to catch up to Maya Grimes, who has 1559. So she's only 4 away from what would be the all-time mark if her teammate already hadn't scored 1,700 plus points. And not too far behind those two, you have Joy Johnson, who's a Fairleigh Dickinson commit and has scored 1,530 points. I mean, any single accomplishment from those athletes is an amazing thing to have on your team, but to have all 3 scoring at that kind of pace really sets this Blue Devil attack apart from many teams in the state. And one of the rankings had the Blue Devils ranked as the number 5 team in all of New Jersey. And why not when you got 3 Division I commits and 4,500 plus points just with those 3 athletes?
Yeah, then you just look at their schedule alone this year. They were playing some of the top teams in all of New Jersey. A couple of those games against teams in the Shore Conference. One of those teams, I believe, like one of the top teams in all of the country, St. John Vianney, which was a close game by them. So you see that, and you just see all the total points. It's scary to look at, actually.
Yeah, that St. John Vianney game, Gus, was the last loss this Ewing team suffered, and again, facing the top competition in that one, but they put that in the rearview mirror, riding a big win streak into this one, and hoping to survive and advance. The winner moves on to play on Thursday, Mackay, against either Red Bank Regional or Carteret. Red Bank Regional, the 4 seed, Carteret, the 12 seed, and that would be on Thursday. And for the Blue Devils, I think that would be kind of a rhythm that they want to get back to. They won the Mercer County tournament, had a layoff, and Coach Monty talked about getting back to work in the first round. Felt really good for this team. They didn't have to do drills, and they actually saw real competition, and I think that's going to serve them into this one. And then after that game on Thursday, you get a little bit of a layoff for this one. They had like a team breakfast on Saturday, so keeping it chill. But
I like breakfast.
Yeah, and great for the team to come to. I wonder if they were over at IHOP.
They better be over at IHOP.
Yeah, it's right across the street, basically.
Yeah.
It's a great, commitment by this team. It just shows how the togetherness that they have, being able to go out for, still breakfast even this late in the season, with it being February going into March. You typically start, your basketball season, like right before the holidays, like around November, December.
Right.
So it's great to see that they're still like collectively together and not, butting heads and whatnot. And like you said, them taking it easy with the practices, you can't really tell because they're going out here playing hard and giving it their all in their efforts out here.
And they're going to need that togetherness, Makai, in order to reach the goals that they have set. Again, super high expectations for this Blue Devil team. One of the matchups that's going to be interesting to watch is Shawnee Biggs. She's kind of a defensive specialist. I mean, she's a great all-around player, but she usually gets the matchup when it comes to the top scorer on the other team. And tonight, she might be looking at Juliana Kowaleski, who has hit 73 pointers this season, and that might be Biggs' assignment, just to run her off the three-point line, so to speak.
Yeah, and we talk a lot about the three-headed monster of Delphos, Johnson, and Stokes, but really a player that goes under the radar that is a big part of this success is Shawnee Biggs. You talked about it. One of the defensive prowess on this squad, 4-year starter, just an absolute player favorite on this team, and one of the better defenders on this team. Nobody really talks about her, but Shawnee Biggs is one of the reasons why this team is so good.
So for Colts Neck, look out for that outside shooting from Kowaleski, and also an inside presence with Brooke Lombardo, a 6-foot senior forward. And, certainly no lack of size or length for the Blue Devils, but they'll be challenged inside by Brooke Lombardo, one of the top players for this Colts Neck Cougars team. Again, coming in with the 8th seed. And we're just about ready for the start of tonight's game. This has been the Trentonian pregame show. Big thanks to the Trentonian. You can read about tonight's game in tomorrow's Trentonian. Outstanding local and national sports coverage. You can count on it 7 days a week. We'll get the official starter introductions, but a little spoiler alert. Here they are. We got Shawnee Biggs. Basically the same starting five that we've seen for Ewing pretty much throughout the whole season. Shawnee Biggs, 5'5" senior guard, along with Tayala Delphos, the 6'3" senior forward. Ryan Stokes, the 5'9" senior, with Joy Johnson, 6-foot senior, and Lily Alston, the 5'8" sophomore, who joined the team around February and has made some big contributions for this Blue Devil team, and she was our player of the game in their opening round win. They had 21 in that victory, so she came over and got a certificate for an Italian People's Bakery hoagie.
Yeah, and you may think maybe it was towards the end of the game, all the players were out, it was a big lead at that point. But no, she had a lot of her points in the first half when all the main players and main contributors were still in the game. That's 16 in the first half. So a bright spot on this team that another underrated player you don't really talk a lot about.
All right, here's the starting five for Nick Russo's Colts Neck Cougars, and as head coach with the program, Coach Russo in his 3rd year. We mentioned Kowaleski. She'll be out there starting. She's their 3-point specialist, a 5'4" senior guard, with Savannah Butts, a 6-foot shooting guard, a senior. Sydney Hill, a small forward at 5'9", another senior in the starting lineup, with junior guard Katie Dichter, who's their point guard, and we'll see her handling the basketball for the most part. And rounding out the starting five for the Colts Neck Cougars, Brooke Lombardo, a 6-foot center, senior. And so for Ewing, you got Biggs, Delphos, Stokes, Johnson, and Alston. And for the Cougars tonight, Kowaleski, Butts, Hill, Dichter, Lombardo out there for the Colts Neck Cougars. And we're just moments away from the starting lineups and getting this one underway. Big thanks to the all-new Hyundai of Trenton, 1655 North Olden Avenue in Ewing Township. Over 100 new Hyundai models, from Elantras and Sonatas to SUVs like the Hyundai Santa Fe, Tucson, and Palisade, including hybrid models. Hyundai of Trenton, the inventory including a huge selection of pre-owned certified vehicles. No market adjustment on any car in stock. Get an extra $1,000 rebate trade-in value towards any new vehicle at Hyundai of Trenton, and they will buy your car even if you don't purchase a vehicle. Fast payment, top dollar paid for your car at Hyundai of Trenton. Car buying made simple. The area's fastest growing dealership at 1655 North Olden Avenue in Ewing Township. right, here come our starters, and just moments away from getting this Central Jersey Group 3 quarterfinal round game underway. Again, the winner moves on to play on Thursday.
Hello, and welcome to the Ewing Gymnasium for tonight's Central Jersey Group 3 second round game between the Colts Neck Cougars and your Ewing Blue Devils.
All right, try to crank up the mics here.
Starting lineups first for the Cougars. Starting at guard, 5'4" senior, number 1, Jules Kowalski. Starting at guard, 6' senior, number 4, Savannah Potts. Starting at guard, 5'6" junior, number 20, Katie Dicker. Starting at forward, 5'9" senior, number 11, Cindy Hill. And at center, 6' senior, number 32, Brooke Lombardo. Colts Neck Cougars, Nick Russo, assisted by Leanna Lonza, Nick Bobby, and Thomas Brisket. And now, let's meet the starting lineup for our Ewing Blue Devils. Starting guard, 5'8" sophomore, number 20, Lily Austin. Starting guard, 5'5" senior, number 11, Johnny. Starting guard, 6'2" senior, number 13, Taylor. Starting guard, 6' senior, number 24, Joy Jensen. And guard, 5'9" senior, number 15, Wes Stone. The Devils head coach is Monty, assisted by B, Red, and Tan Kaufman.
And the Ewing Blue Devils, of course, led by Coach Monty, Coach Don Montferrat in his 5th season with Blue Devil basketball. We're going to step aside as they honor America with the playing of our national anthem, and we'll return with the start of tonight's game on the WBCB Sports Network.
Hi, Merrill Reese for Capital Health, reminding you that the former St. Francis Medical Center is now Capital Health East, and they still offer a 24/7 emergency department as well as outpatient medical clinic services. To enter the emergency department and outpatient clinic, please use the Burt Avenue entrance. Capital Health, proud to be a partner for better health in our state's capital, Trenton, New Jersey. This is Merrill Reese reminding you that Haldeman Ford Subaru on Route 33 in Hamilton Township is more than just a great place to purchase a new Ford, Subaru, or pre-owned car or truck. Their collision and service centers services all makes and models and specializes in fleet service. Haldeman's Collision Center is renowned for their work. It's a state-of-the-art facility, all insurance accepted, free estimates and loaner cars available, and one of the friendliest staffs around. From small dents to major repairs on any make or model, it's Haldeman Ford Subaru Collision Center, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. They're good!
Hi, this is Mercer County Prosecutor Angelo Honorfree, and I hope you're enjoying today's game. I'd like to commend today's students for participating in today's event. Being a part of extracurricular activities, whether it's an athletic event, marching in the band, or performing in the school play, or being on the debate team, is good for today's youth. And parents, stay involved in your children's activities and encourage them. An involved parent nurtures your children to accomplish great things. I'm proud to support the youth of Mercer County. This is Angelo Honorfree, your Mercer County prosecutor, and I hope you enjoyed today's game.
Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org.
All right, here we go. Welcome back to Ewing High School as the Blue Devils hosting the Colts Neck Cougars. Central Jersey Group 3 girls basketball action quarterfinal round. The winner moves on to play in the semi on Thursday. Blue Devils have gotten off to some quick starts and had a big lopsided victory in the first round over Allentown, 88-42. Two-time Central Jersey Group 3 champions and defending Group 3 state champs, the Blue Devils. And we are underway Blue Devils win the tap, and Stokes, four-year starter and the school's all-time leading scorer, gets it out on the wing. Colts Neck Cougars packed into this 2-3 zone look, and the Blue Devils just patiently assessing the situation. Shawnee Biggs, they're back around to Stokes.
And this is what you touched on, Chris, the 2-3 zone.
Joy Johnson there with a jump shot. That's no good, but Alston keeps it alive with a rebound. There's Del Foss. Banks it home, and the Blue Devils on the scoreboard. Tayala Del Foss strikes first. It's 2-0. And now a whistle. And was that a 5-second violation? That was a quick 5 seconds, but the officials right on the count.
There was a few of those last game, too, and I thought the same thing. It was a little quick, but...
Yeah.
Now Blue Devils get it into Big. Now Stokes firing away. A long three. Long rebound that's gathered up by Del Foss. A second chance opportunity here for the Blue Devils. Almost throw it away, but Stokes able to go back there and retrieve it as we got a minute gone in the first quarter. Central Jersey Group 3-quarter, inside out to Johnson. She stops, pulls off on the jumper. Her shot blocked by Butts, but the Blue Devils stay with it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. I think it was like a
Del Foss
block.
She's got all 4 of their points, and the Blue Devils in front 4-0.
Yeah. A little weird situation there, but 4-0. Blue Devils lead.
Cougar point guard Katie Dichter bounces it there to the top of the key. Now Butts gives it back to Dichter. 1v1 defense, a man look for the Blue Devils. And right now Alston all over Hill and comes away with a steal. Stokes brings it over midcourt. Sets things up, splits defenders, drops it down low to Joy Johnson. She battles through some contact, stays with it. Second chance for Johnson, no, but finally gets a whistle and a trip to the line. Foul called on Sydney Hill. Joy Johnson in the opening round game almost got to the 20-point mark. She had 19 to over teammates Lily Alston and Del Foss, all eclipsing the 20-point mark in their opening round win over Allentown. Off the mark with her first, and second one finds the mark. It's 5-0 Blue Devils.
You're going to see that a lot this game, though. A lot of pressure on the offensive boards for the Blue Devils. They are very, very blood-hounding sharks on that board.
Yeah, it is like sharks smelling blood. And we saw that in the Allentown game. They completely dominated the glass against Allentown. And we're seeing a bunch of second chances leading to points here in the opening couple minutes here. The Cougars trying to get the offense set up.
Blood-hounding sharks? That makes sense, I think.
Well, the shark does have a good sense of smell.
Yeah.
So Savannah Butts picks up the dribble. Del Foss hounding her, and her pass deflected and taken away. Alston up the floor. A cross over to Stokes. She'll rise up with a jumper, a long 2 that goes off the rim and then out of bounds and back to Colts Neck. Colts Neck reaching this quarterfinal round with a win over Hopewell Valley. And on the inbound, Stokes with a takeaway. And she drives and scores for her first bucket of the night, makes it 7-0. And we talked about a quick start for the Blue Devils. They've got another one here in the quarterfinal against Colts Neck, and a quick timeout as the Cougars want to talk things over. Meanwhile, if you forget or if you miss any of the action here on BCB, you can read all about it in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. For your complete local and national news 7 days a week, it's the Trentonian or online, Trentonian.com. The only newspaper serving Bucks, Burlington, and Mercer County 7 days a week. It's the Trentonian. I got a little distracted because there was a PA announcement about a car with the windows down.
I was trying to make sure it wasn't my car either, but I heard it was a GMC Terrain. I'm like, I don't have that. I forgot it's supposed to rain out today, though. I'm looking out the window.
Well, we do thank the Trentonian for making portions of tonight's game possible. Already the Blue Devils by 7. Now Colts Neck out of the timeout. Have Dichter bring it up the floor. She reverses direction. And right there, looking like she wanted to go to Butts, had nowhere to go with it. Butts being denied by Delphos. Now she does get the pass, bounces it right back to Dichter. There's Lombardo up top. Now around to Kowaleski. Kowaleski, as we thought, going to be guarded by Biggs, and it is Shawnee Biggs on Juliana Kowaleski, who gets it, catch and shoot, gets that one off, and she drains a 3.
That's a tough basket there, because Shawnee Biggs did a great job of going under the screen and put a hand in her face, and she still gets it off.
Hits the contested shot to put the Cougars on the scoreboard 7-3 with 4:23 remaining in the first quarter. They get it inside in the paint. Johnson making some moves. Her shot partially blocked, goes out of bounds, and it's off of the block that the ball goes out. So we'll stay with the Blue Devils. On the floor for Colts Neck comes Juliana Camera, and also Maddie Cafero. At the elbow, it's Johnson driving, and looked like some good ball up top by Butts, but contact, and it'll send Joy Johnson to the line. Her second trip to the free throw line tonight.
Yeah, and there's the dynamics of Joy Johnson's game. Has the size and opportunity to take it down low and use her size to maybe draw a foul or go up with it. And if not, she had the opportunity to kick it out to the corner to Austin, who was wide open behind the three-point line. Just shows you the different variables that Joy Johnson brings to this offense.
As we mentioned, a Fairleigh Dickinson commit, all CVCBA, all Trentonian, all Trenton Times, first teamer, can't connect on the second free throw, and finally the Cougars secure the basketball and bring it up the floor. And Dichter will try to get things set up. Nearly loses it. She's got Stokes all over, getting counted, and finally gives it up, gets it right back. Dribbles up top, looking for Savannah Butts. Now bounces it to Kowaleski. Shawnee Biggs not giving Kowaleski any space. Patient possession this time by the Cougars, and Joy Johnson tips it away from Juliana Camera, and we got a tie-up. And we're going to stay down here. It's the Cougars with the arrow.
And we talk about our offensive game, but Joy Johnson, a menace on the defensive side as well.
Yeah, active hands right there coming up with the tie-up ultimately. Dichter gets it right back off the inbound, and now will dribble up top, and she's guarded by Johnson. Drives on her, kick out. Camera right back to Dichter. Dichter in the lane, pulls up. Butts for 3, a high arcing three-pointer is good from Savannah Butts.
And a whole different dynamic to this game as what looked like was going to be a quick early lead for Ewing. Now only a one-possession game.
Now Biggs holds up top, throws it over to Alston. She'll fire away. Too much on that one, bangs it off the glass. But a second chance now as it's picked up by Biggs. Out to Delphos for 3. Off the back rim, no Johnson offensive board. She creates some space. No, they say offensive foul on Johnson. They say she lowered the shoulder, initiated the contact, and we're going the other way.
Yeah, I saw that. I think it was more of a hip thrust kind of action, but yeah, definitely used a little bit too much body there on that offensive play.
Down to 2:37 to go first quarter, and that's the first foul of the night. That time on Delphos. Now Dichter dribbles up top. Cougars give it to Camera. Camera picks up the dribble. Johnson nearly rips it away from her. And a held ball? No, they're going to say a foul on Johnson. Well, that looked like it was close to a tie-up. Johnson not happy with the whistle.
Yeah, already Joy's second foul, so definitely a player you don't want to look to get into foul trouble.
Yeah, last time I said it was Del Foss, it was actually Johnson, so that is 2 on Joy Johnson. Cougars trailing by 2 as we get down to the 2-minute mark of the first quarter. Biggs all over Kowaleski, picks up the dribble. And that time nearly Alston with the energy. She nearly came away with the steal. Now Kowaleski drops it off to Dichter. And the Cougars, they're working further and further away from the bucket as Stokes now converges on Dichter, hands it off to Kowaleski, nearly lost it, and she does travel, unable to hold the pivot foot, and turns it over to the Blue Devils with 1:37 to go first quarter. Blue Devils in front 8-6 here in this quarterfinal round. And Ryan Stokes directing some traffic up top. Bounces to Biggs out on the wing. Biggs now moves Alston out to the wing and gives it to her. Into the corner, 3 on the way, swish. Kyla Durham.
That's a beautiful shot right there, right in the corner.
Off the bench and connects from distance.
And you really want to see that, especially from Kyla Durham, as you saw from last game, if you don't remember, had to come out with a knee injury, got fallen on that leg. So great to see she's able to play and contribute.
Nothing but net on that one as we're under a minute to go first quarter. And the Cougars bounce it out to Savannah Butts. Butts out to Dichter. Yeah, all for Colts Neck, everything way out on the perimeter. And it seems like they're having trouble getting a good look anywhere close to the bucket. There they try to send it inside to Savannah Butts, but Del Foss with the deflection out of bounds. They will stay with the Cougars as we get down to, got 32 seconds to go first quarter.
Go Blue.
And there they try to get it inside, but Del Foss too quick. And they throw it into Kowaleski. She's got to go back and retrieve it, and she's trapped. Double team, puts it on the floor, and it's another tie-up. This time, we're going the other way. Blue Devil basketball. Active hands. Certainly a hallmark of this Ewing girls team and their success. Staying after it here. Looking for a good end to this first quarter of play. Biggs back to Ryan Stokes. Around to Alston. Inside there to Kyla Durham. She puts it on the floor and she gets tied up. Good defense by Colts Neck's Maddie Gaffaro. It's Colts Neck with the arrow and 5 seconds to go. Butts misplays it, drops it. Del Foss on the floor, and there is a tie-up. Coach Monty wanted more than a tie-up. He thought that should be a foul on Colts Neck. Some physical play going for the basketball. Nothing wrong with that in the quarterfinal round.
You kind of love to see it, actually, the chippiness.
Just 0.2 of a second. They get it into Stokes. That would have counted. Bangs it off the glass a little too hard. We reach the end of the first quarter. Ewing 11, Colts Neck 6. High school hoops on the WBCB Sports Network. And thanks to the all-new the IHOP of Ewing and to the Italian People's Bakery, proud to support high school sports on the WBCB Sports Network. Visit their signature location, 63 Butler Street, for the finest rolls, deli meats, and pastries. Drive by, smell the homemade bread made daily, or have them cater your next event. The Italian People's Bakery, 63 Butler Street, the place to go for the best hoagies on Sunday afternoon and the finest dessert trays for your special get-together. Again, 63 Butler Street in Chambersburg, the Italian People's Bakery. Tayala Del Foss with 4. She leads all scorers after the first quarter. We mentioned Del Foss, a Michigan commit.
Go Blue.
And a 4-year starter. And with the other thing that's really remarkable about this Blue Devil team, great in the classroom. Really exceptional academics with these young women.
Yes.
And Del Foss, for instance, a 4-year starter and an outstanding student athlete with a 4.0 GPA. So go Teala. And
she may be able to ball, but if you want to get into Michigan, you got to have the brains as well, and she's showing that she has both.
And not just Teala, and there is Durham. Again, 3, same spot, same results. Another swish for Kyla Durham puts the Blue Devils up 8, and then on the inbound, the Cougars throw it away, trying to get it into Lombardo, but just out of her reach. So a good start to the second quarter for the Blue Devils. Around the perimeter to Alston. Alston with a runner, no. Rebound bouncing around, and who was that? Alston, who ended up picking up the miss. Nearly lost it again, but Del Foss to Stokes. And now they'll slow things down a little bit. Del Foss inside out, Alston for 3, too much there, but Kyla Durham cleans up the miss. And Durham off the bench has 8 quick points.
So Ewing started off the first quarter hot. They're doing the same thing as well in the second quarter.
Yeah, Kyla Durham making her impact felt here in this game. And there does a good job defensively to cut off Sydney Hill. Turn the Cougars back away. Again, they try to give it to Hill. That time it's deflected by Durham. Alston is tripped up, and a whistle, a foul called on Colts Neck.
I like the idea right there, though. That pass was just a little bit off. Maybe it got deflected.
And now with the dribble, Ryan Stokes out to Biggs on the wing. Cross-court pass nearly too high for Stokes, but it is going to be Alston who drives off the glass. No, Colts Neck racing it up the floor. Dichter, she gets trapped and dribbles it out of bounds. Back to the Blue Devils it goes. Yeah, Kyla Durham, 400 career points of her own at 5'9" junior. And off the bench, she's hit 2 threes and a big bucket to give the Blue Devils a double-digit advantage. 2 minutes gone in the second quarter. Again, out to Biggs on the wing. There's Durham back in her spot. Instead, they send it back up top. Stokes, they'll try the other side. Again, around the perimeter, inside to Del Foss. Works against Butts, shoots over her. Swish.
Tough jumper right there. Acted like it was nothing.
Gives her 6 and a 12-point lead for the Blue Devils. Dichter over midcourt to Kowaleski. Gets it back from her. Up top, had a little bit of space. And now will dribble back. Drive, drop it off. Nice ball movement that time by the Cougars, and Lombardo banks it in.
Yep, good unselfish basketball.
Got the feed from Sydney Hill. Send it into the corner to Biggs. Biggs will try a 3 from there. And Butts secures the rebound for the Cougars. Dichter dribbles around. Stokes drives. Couldn't get the job done. Up close, didn't get the finish.
Had an opportunity to get an offensive rebound, the Cougars did too.
Baseline jumper for Del Foss, no, but took some contact on the shot, gets the whistle, and a trip to the free throw line. So 4:36 to go, second quarter, and first time at the line tonight for Del Foss. A Mercer County Tournament MVP last season, among many other accolades. And on a tear this season, averaging a double-double just about every game. had 23 and 22
Misses
against
that one,
TCA
gets
in
her
the
own
MCT.
rebound.
That's pretty impressive. Tracks down the miss. A runner from Stokes, no good. And underneath, the Cougars have it, but Camera is surrounded by Blue Devils, and eventually I think they're going to call a 5-6, no, a foul on the Blue Devils that time. And on the inbound, they can't get it in. And now a whistle, a foul on Ryan Stokes will send her to the line. Trying to give you all this great background info on these outstanding Blue Devils as Stokes hits from the line.
There's a lot of it. There's a lot of background.
Yeah, I believe with Tayala Delfosa's 6 points in tonight's game, she moves into that second spot all time in Blue Devils scoring. Meanwhile, at the line, Stokes makes it 21-8. Cougars hand it off to Camera. Gabby Bryce sends it in down low. They get close to the bucket, but then the Blue Devil defense turns them around. That time a blocking foul on Camera committed by Taylor Williams. As we're just a little more than midway through the second quarter. Winner moves on to the Central Jersey Group 3 semifinal on Thursday. And that time off of the hand of Gabby Bryce and right back out of bounds. So a turnover on the inbound for the Cougars. And here come the Blue Devils. It was an 11-6 game after the first quarter. Blue Devils have really stretched this lead out. Driving the baseline is Ryan Stokes. And a scorer right there, putting her mark on this game. Makes it 23-8 and a timeout taken with 3:38 to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, and that was a tough basket. She just made it look easy. Going baseline, 2 men on her, going up with the contact and getting the fall, that angle, that's a tough basket.
And we mentioned the great academics for some of these Blue Devils. Ryan Stokes, not only the all-time leading scorer for Blue Devil basketball, but also a member of the National Honor Society. And I'm not sure if we talked about Fairleigh Dickinson University, we mentioned Michigan, but Ryan is going to head to St. Joe's and continue to play basketball there and continue her academics. And really has controlled the game throughout this season, runs the show for the Blue Devils. And then in addition to everything she does on the basketball court, she's also a cheerleader in the fall. I'm going
to say, I thought I've seen her cheer on that football games. I thought I saw her.
Even through discus and shot put for spring track. I mean, I think one of the keys to having a really good high school experience is to stay active and to participate in a lot of different stuff. So credit to Ryan Stokes for all of her accomplishments as we get back to action. 3:38 to go, second quarter, and the Cougars can't get the inbound in. They throw it away. That time looking for Gabby Bryce, and she stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, but that's a rare feat right there. You hardly ever see, cheerleader then go to basketball.
And then throw a discus in spring track for good measure. Pretty good. Biggs with the dribble into the high post to Stokes and back out to Delfoss. Delfoss pressured by Dichter. Makes some moves, and they'll send it all the way into the corner to Shawnee Biggs. Along the baseline there is Brooklyn Ellis, and she was in a little bit of trouble, and the Cougars come away with it. Down to the 3-minute mark of the second quarter. Cougars in desperate need of a bucket here on this possession. Dichter calls out a play, and then she gets charged by 2 defenders. They send it over to the other side of the floor, and Gabby Bryce nails a 3. Big time stuff there from Colts Neck. They've got 3 3-pointers helping them stay in this game. Also a bucket from the floor.
They got some high arching shots.
You need that against this Blue Devil defense.
Yeah, all the length.
Contested shots, that time throwing it into Brooklyn Ellis. Ellis lost it, saved it from going out of bounds, and then a foul committed by the Blue Devils as they reach in on Gabby Bryce. As camera now to the bench, back out to the floor is Savannah Butts for the Colts Neck Cougars. Looking for somewhere to go with it. Nearly a 5-second violation,
Oh, they're
and it
calling
is.
5, yeah. Quick 5.
Took just a little too long to get that one in. Credit this intense defense for the Ewing Blue Devils. They get into Delphos, over to Biggs, fires away, off the mark, misses the target, and the ball goes out of bounds. Back to Colts Neck with 2:13 to go first quarter. Now some pressure here. Ellis making it difficult over there. They bounce the Butts. She's trapped along the sideline, and losing the basketball is Bryce. And Delphos with a lay-in. A quick transition bucket for the Blue Devils. It's 25-11.
Now you're starting to see some of this swarming pressure, swarm even more.
Dichter sees a path to the bucket.
Wow.
She takes it in, but doesn't quite get it to go. Top of the key, Stokes for 3. Off the mark, no. Ellis with a second chance. Her shot was blocked. Dichter driving and takes a little bit of contact. And they call a whistle and a foul on Ryan Stokes? No, on Shawnee Biggs. So first trip to the line for Colts Neck. And their point guard, Katie Dichter, trying to get on the scoreboard. 1:23 to go. (25-12). Now here after the first is good, second goes halfway down, pops back out again. And it's rebounded by Williams. Delphos over midcourt, out to Biggs. Blue Devils pouring it on in the second quarter. A 13-point advantage, trying to move on to the Central Jersey Group 3 semis. Cross court over to Stokes. Now Stokes dribbles up top, around one defender, up and under move, scoop shot, no. Second chance for Williams, and she's fouled. To the line goes Taylor Williams. We saw this a ton in the Allentown game. Blue Devils just a little bit quicker than the opposition, and that forces, the opponent to reach in. Commit fouls. Williams gets her first of 2, makes it 26-12. Kyla Durham back on the floor for Ellis. Williams a high arcing free throw off the back rim, no. And Dichter rips down the rebound, but she loses possession. Then she rips it clean of Stokes. Blue Devils fans upset there was no whistle there. Dichter, layup attempt, no. Here's Kowaleski for 3, yes. Juliana Kowaleski connects, makes it 26-15. So 12 of the 15 points for the Cougars coming from beyond the 3-point arc.
Yeah, I think Coach Monty wanted a foul on the other end.
And their whistle, foul on Shawnee Biggs away from the basketball.
Yeah, I think it was a moving pick, if I'm not mistaken.
Get too much movement trying to set up a screen and gives it back to the Cougars with 18.7 remaining in the first half. Trying to bounce it in, Camera gets it into Kowaleski. Kowaleski over midcourt, nearly had it deflected away by Biggs. She does get it into Cafaro. Cafaro to Dichter. 3 seconds to go. Dichter's got to fire away. She's got no time. And she doesn't get the shot off as we reach the end of the first half. It's the Ewing Blue Devils 26 and the Colts Neck Cougars 15 in Central Jersey Group 3 quarterfinal round action. We're going to step aside and return here to Ewing High School. We'll take a look at first half scoring, get you ready for second half action, look at some of the other action in Central Jersey Group 3, some of the other parts of the girls bracket. When we get back here to our coverage on the WBCB Sports Network, Ewing in front by 11 at halftime.
Hi, this is Mercer County Prosecutor Angelo Honorfree, and I hope you're enjoying today's game. I'd like to commend today's students for participating in today's event. Being a part of extracurricular activities, whether it's an athletic event, marching in the band, or performing in the school play, or being on the debate team, is good for today's youth. And parents, stay involved in your children's activities and encourage them. An involved parent nurtures your children to accomplish great things. I'm proud to support the youth of Mercer County. This is Angelo Honorfree, your Mercer County Prosecutor, and I hope you enjoyed today's game.
Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township.
If you're looking to get a fresh start this year, we have some great news. New car inventory is back. We have over 100 new Toyotas ready to drive home today with some of our most popular models available. And with a huge selection of dependable certified used Toyotas, our pre-owned departments are ready to make a deal that works for you. Plus, our award-winning service centers will have you in and out and back on the road in no time. Visit one of our 3 locations in Langhorne, Glen Mills, or Princeton, or online at teamtoyota.net.
1490 WBCB Levittown and Trenton, and video stream live at WBCBsports.com. Your home for the best local sports in Bucks and Mercer counties.
Welcome back to Ewing High School. The Blue Devils in front of the Colts Neck Cougars 26-15 at halftime of the Central Jersey Group 3 quarterfinal game. And off the bench to lead all scorers is Kyla Durham. Had 10 points in the first half, including a couple of connections from beyond the three-point arc. And then right behind Kyla was Tayala Del Foss. Del Foss with 9 points. And so those two powering the Blue Devil attack, giving them the 11-point lead. And then you also have Ryan Stokes with 4 points, 2 points from Joy Johnson living at the line, and Taylor Williams also with 1, hitting 1 of 2 free throws that she was able to see. Meanwhile, for the Colts Neck Cougars, They were led by Juliana Kowaleski. We talked about her three-point shooting prowess. She got a couple of opportunities and hit 2 3-pointers to give her 6 points. And really, the Colts Neck Cougars were living with that distance shooting because Kowaleski connected 2 times, and Savannah Butts also with a 3. Gabby Bryce off the bench hit a 3-pointer, and the other scoring from Colts Neck, a bucket from Brooke Lombardo, and Katie Dichter hit 1 of 2 free throws to give them their 15-point total at the half. You know, in our rundown of the game, I didn't even mention some of the head-to-head history that these two teams have, meeting both in last year's tournament and the year before that. Last year, it was an early round and a lopsided win for the Blue Devils, 51-19. And so, you know, maybe that gives the Colts Neck Cougars maybe a certain sense of revenge. But the year before that, that was on March the 5th, and Blue Devils getting past Colts Neck 52-46 in that game, much deeper in the Central Jersey Group 3 run. So these two teams with a little bit of history over the past 2 seasons, but at the half, an 11-point lead for the Blue Devils. And, that's an impressive first half lead. But at one point they were up 8-0, Gus, and it looked like they were really going to run away with this thing. Credit to Colts Neck for hanging in there, and the limited number of distance shots that they have seen, they're hitting at a pretty good percentage. And unfortunately, they can't really get any action close to the bucket, but they're trying to hang in this thing against a really tough Blue Devil squad.
Yeah, and it just shows you that only thing they can really do is just chuck up threes, because Ewing is not letting them move anywhere past the three-point line. And it starts with that swarming defense from Shawnee Biggs, Tayala Del Fall, Stokes. And then even if they do get past them, they have to deal with Joy Johnson down low. So not a real good outlook for them in the first half. But you still are only down by 11 points. You can start to come back. You just got to make a run early. But if you're Ewing, you got to feel good. You had a couple of times where the game was really in your control. Lost it from here and there, but for the most part, you're really controlling this game.
And I think for Colts Neck, their ability to hang in this game, Makai, in part was due to their more competitive nature on the glass. Early in the game, the Blue Devils were getting second, third chance opportunities, and that's what we saw in their first round win over Allentown. And then it felt like Colts Neck able to be a little bit more competitive inside, battling for those loose basketballs.
Yeah, most definitely. And I also feel like if they were to just, limit their mistakes, limit the turnovers a bit, it'll be a lot closer. That's because I feel like they've been very efficient tonight. You haven't seen very much misses from the Colts Neck today. Them being very high volume three-point shooters, and them even making, I believe, more than half of their threes. It just goes to show you how talented this team is, and they're doing an excellent job. Just limit the turnovers and the mistakes, and I think they can find themselves within this game.
Yeah, that's easier said than done against this Blue Devil team, because they make it tough, really not giving the opposition any space, and coming away with a bunch of steals in this first round matchup. We keep an eye on scoring, Makai, but I really would be interested to see what the turnover numbers were and what the rebounding numbers were in the game. Certainly a big advantage for the Blue Devils in both of those categories, from not looking at any specific stats, just the eyeball test. That's why they're up 11.
Yeah, sure is.
Well, we're at halftime here at Ewing High School. Chris Ermer with Gus Barber and Makai Gundy, and we're going to get back to action in just a little bit of both teams back out on the floor, getting warmed back up again. Portions of tonight's game on BCB are brought to you by the Italian People's Bakery, and we invite you to stay with us after the game as we'll talk to our Italian People's Bakery player of the game. And last time the Blue Devils were here on the floor, we had the game beating Allentown, and Lily Alston was our player of the game. Big thanks to the Italian People's Bakery, proud to support high school sports on BCB. Visit their signature location, 63 Butler Street, for the finest rolls, deli meats, and pastries. Drive by, smell that homemade bread made daily, or have them cater your next party or affair. The Italian People's Bakery, located at 63 Butler Street, the place to go for the best hoagies on Sunday afternoons and the finest dessert trays for your next get-together. Again, 63 Butler Street in Chambersburg, the Italian People's Bakery. All right, the 1 seed Ewing Blue Devils, if they do survive and advance in the bracket, they're back home, which is another luxury. And you have an opening round matchup against a 16 seed, and you more than double up Allentown. And now you play the 8 seed Colts Neck Cougars, up 11 at the half. And you got to credit the intensity, the work that was done throughout the regular season to earn them the 1 seed. It gives you a certain luxury of playing, teams that are at the back end of the bracket. And you look at the rest of this Central Jersey Group 3, you got Somerville, the 3 seed, still alive, the 4 seed Red Bank Regional, and Ocean Township, the 2 seed.
Yeah.
And if things play out the chalk, we'll see if it might be Ewing and Ocean Township, as we are back to action. A runner there from Biggs. Couldn't hit. Another chance, another runner. That one also rims out. Del Foss with the offensive rebound, goes off the front of the rim. No. Picks up her miss. The stick back is no good. So 4 or 5 shots there for the Blue Devils.
A lot of offensive rebounds there as well for the Blue Devils.
Around to Lombardo on the wing. Up top, Kowaleski, catch and shoot. And the bank is open for Juliana Kowaleski. Her 3rd connection from distance makes it an 8-point game.
Yeah, and we talked about how the Cougars can't get it down low against this Ewing defense. But showing right there, they don't need to, as they can just hit it from 3.
There's Stokes, 3 from the top of the key. No. Alston with an offensive rebound. Her shot is no good, but Del Foss with another chance, and she banks it home. Del Foss now with 11. Nice work up the floor to Dichter, puts on the brakes, sheds the defender. Looked like she had an opportunity for a layup, didn't take it, and then they don't get the finish. Del Foss.
Yeah, that was a bad decision there.
Alston drives in, tries to get past Dichter, and they're going to call the reach-in foul on junior point guard Katie Dichter, her 2nd. Comes with just over 6.5 to go as we're back to action, 3rd quarter. Stokes over to Del Foss. Shoots the 3, no. Joy Johnson underneath, misses. But Del Foss on the other side of the bucket to bank that one in. Gives her 13 and a 12-point lead. And as Hill dribbles it up the floor, a little too much contact there from Lily Alston, and she's called for a reach-in. Her first of the night, 1st team foul on the Blue Devils in the 2nd half. Dichter picks up the dribble, and Coach Russo, not liking what he sees, calls a timeout, wants to talk things over with 6:02 to go, 3rd quarter. And the Blue Devils in front, 30-18. Tonight's game on WBCB brought to you by Hyundai of Trenton, 1655 North Olden Avenue. Ewing Township, over 100 new Hyundai models from Elantras and Sonatas to SUVs like the Hyundai Santa Fe, the Tucson, the Palisade, including hybrid models. Hyundai of Trenton, with a great selection of pre-owned certified vehicles with no market adjustments on any car in stock. Get an extra $1,000 rebate trade-in value towards any new vehicle. Hyundai of Trenton, they're gonna buy your vehicle even if you don't buy a car there. 1655 North Olden Avenue, the area's fastest growing dealership. And we thank them for making portions of tonight's game possible. The Cougars out of the timeout. Looks like a zone defense here by the Blue Devils. Butts and Dichter bouncing it back and forth to each other. Now Kowaleski gets it on the other side of the floor, back up top to their point guard. Couple of bounces, back to Butts. They're open for a three. She takes it, a high arcing three-pointer, nothing but net.
I genuinely think that hit the roof.
Yeah, it might have.
Nearly going off of the rafters. Second time that Savannah Butts has been able to hit a three-pointer. Here's Del Foss from distance, off the back rim, no. Lily Alston gets the deflected ball and tries to put it right back up, takes contact, gets a whistle, and a trip to the free throw line. 5:05 to go, third quarter. And the Colts Neck Cougars not going away. Blue Devils letting them hang around a bit in this Central Jersey Group 3 quarter. But Lily Alston stretches it back to 10. On the floor for Colts Neck comes Camera and Cafaro. Alston gets them both. Blue Devils by 11. Dichter walks it up the floor. Nearly walks right into a trap. Over to Kowaleski, and the ball poked away by Del Foss. Del Foss scoops it home.
What was that? Some jelly right there.
Tayala Del Foss with 15 points for the Blue Devils. Now Colts Neck gets it down low to Camera. Camera almost walks. Joy Johnson then ties her up. Good job defensively by the Blue Devils. It is the Cougars with the arrow, so we'll stay down here. 4:33 to go, third quarter.
Yeah, great job by Joy tying her up.
Into Kowaleski. Blue Devils back to a man defense. Down to the baseline to Savannah Butts. Butts bounces to Dichter. Dichter harassed by Alston. And they throw it away, trying to get it to Butts, and it's deflected. Joy Johnson brings it up the floor. Top of the key, over to Stokes on the wing, into the corner. Alston, baseline, rises up with a jumper and gets a whistle. Trip to the line again for Lily Alston.
Yeah, and that was a good job there in transition by Joy Johnson, taking it herself and realizing that there is a Cougar behind her. You got to watch. She may try to come up and strip from behind, so great job there.
Alston connects, stretches the lead to 13 as we're about midway through quarter number 3. And Lily Alston 4 for 4 from the line. Good free throw shooting for our Italian People's Bakery player of the game from their first round win over Allentown. Kowaleski over the defense to Dichter. Dichter sees an opportunity. Looked like she could have drove to the bucket. Instead, out to Kowaleski. Off the back rim, no. Dichter deflects it down low. That time, Cafaro with the shot. Del Foss with a nifty bounce to Johnson. Tayala Del Foss to Joy Johnson. And it's 38-21, the Blue Devils in front, and the Cougars need another timeout. Central Jersey Group 3 quarterfinal round action. And a little magic right there from Del Foss.
Oh my gosh.
Looked like she was driving to the bucket.
Yeah. No look pass, little dump off the hee-hee.
And easy work for Johnson. Yeah, at the end of this run for the Ewing Blue Devils this season, they will have the school's leading scorer in Ryan Stokes, the school's second leading scorer in Tayala Del Foss. She reached that mark tonight. She's got 15 points to lead all scorers thus far in this game. And then the school's third leading scorer in Joy Johnson, who was able to capitalize on that beautiful assist from Del Foss. And the Cougars hitting some buckets early in this third quarter. They dropped the lead to 8. They had it down to 9. But at the blink of an eye, the Blue Devils can strike, and they're in front by 17 now with 3.5 to go. Nearly a steal up top on Dichter.
That was some great anticipation right there.
Good job by Dichter just to hold on to possession. Gets it over to Cameron, gets it back now. Cut to the bucket by Kowaleski. Her runner goes off glass and then off the rim. It's no good. Down to 3 minutes to go. Inside to Johnson. Johnson, pump fake, elevates the defender, drives, and gets to the line. Joy Johnson taking a foul there from Juliana Camera. And Johnson's first free throws in the second half. We mentioned Ryan Stokes not only playing basketball, but also a cheerleader and on the track team. Same deal for Joy Johnson, always involved, participating in a lot of different activities, including cheerleading in the fall and throwing the discus and stuff like that with some spring track as well. Right there, connects at the line to make it a 19-point game.
Yeah, I remember during football season doing some Ewing games and looking down when they would run over to the end zone whenever Ewing scored a touchdown. I'm like, that's definitely Joy Johnson down there.
Dichter, nearly a 5-second violation, gets it to Butts. She drives, hangs on the rim momentarily, but won't fall for the Colts Neck Cougars. And then underneath, Joy Johnson tied up by Cafaro. And a good job there by Maddie Cafaro to knife in there. That is Blue Devil basketball, 2.5 to go, third quarter. Back off the bench is Kyla Durham. And she's on the floor along with Brooklyn Ellis. There's Durham, fires away. No, but Del Foss is there. Offensive rebound, just goes right back up with it and scores. Del Foss with 17. And the Blue Devils now doubling up Colts Neck. Dichter, she's in trouble and is trapped, and they'll call a tie-up. Stays with the Cougars as they got the arrow. Send it into Dichter. Brings it over midcourt against Del Foss. Kowaleski with another three-pointer. Juliana Kowaleski with her fourth three tonight.
Just on fire from 3.
Inside to Del Foss. Del Foss looked like she was fouled maybe by Butts. Doesn't get the whistle. Underneath, trapped is Cafaro. And they call the tie-up.
Yeah, and Ewing has possession, so stays down here.
Alston trying to quickly inbound to Del Foss. A little bit too much on that one. And then Kowaleski comes across with the elbow. And offensive foul picked up by the Colts Neck Cougars. Just trying to clear out a little bit of space, but you can't come up with the elbow that aggressively. But Ewing gets the basketball. And finally, Alston steps over to inbound. 1:23 to go, and they send it all the way back to Kyla Durham. Durham to Del Foss. Dribbles, shoots. No, Durham there. Runner, no. Joy Johnson with the miss. And doing some heavy lifting inside is Joy Johnson, showing her strength. to make it, again, a 20-point lead for the Blue Devils. Down to
Big body.
There's Johnson defensively there, and Kowaleski open for three. This time it rattles out, and Johnson with the rebound. Joy Johnson harassed up top, gives it up to Durham, now around to Alston. Alston steps in, runner off glass, no, Butts with the rebound. Over midcourt comes Dichter. Kowaleski has a free shot and hits her third three-pointer of this quarter, her fifth tonight. We mentioned in our Trentonian pregame activity, she's got 73s this season and continuing to stay hot in this game, but her team down big time, and they're a reach-in foul. As Dichter reaching in, and now over the limit for the fouls are the Cougars. 2 shots for Johnson with just under 10 seconds to go third quarter. Into the action for Colts Neck comes Bryce, as the Cougars should have an opportunity here towards the end of quarter number 3. Johnson hitting at the line makes it a 19-point game. A 3 goes off the top of the backboard. Kowaleski there to follow it up. Her runner is no good, and the buzzer sounds. We're at the end of 3 quarters of play in the Central Jersey Group 3 quarterfinal, and the Blue Devils in front 46-27. Now a 19-point lead here, looking to move on and play on Thursday in the CJG3 semi. Tonight's game brought to you by the Italian People's Bakery. Make sure to stay with us after the game. We'll have our Italian People's Bakery player of the game passing along a gift certificate for a hoagie from their signature location, 63 Butler Street. Visit them right there at 63 Butler Street, the Italian People's Bakery since 1936. And tonight, other action on WBCB, right? We're following the Nottingham boys and the Hopewell Valley boys. And due to factors that I don't always completely know about, based on fees or other types of broadcast restrictions that we might encounter, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to continue to cover all. I'm imagining, though, we'll be back here on Thursday.
Yeah, I think we should be back here Thursday and possibly Saturday, but after that, who knows?
Now, I don't want to jump the gun. Even at the half-court shot, one of the PA guys said, yeah, we'll see you back here on Thursday, and then quickly added, well, we'll see how this game plays out. Yeah. So there's a nice cut to the bucket, and the Colts Neck Cougars get it to Sydney Hill, who gets her first points of the night, makes it 46-29. Yeah, we got a lot of basketball left, but Blue Devils have been dominant in the first round, have really looked strong tonight against this team as Kyla Durham rises up with a jump shot, no, and then underneath, Ryan Stokes with the rebound. Another chance for Stokes, no, sends that one high off the glass, and Lombardo pulls down the rebound, sends it over to Dichter. Dichter almost looked like a carry, but instead they say it was a reach-in on Kyla Durham.
I'll tell you what, there's been a lot of instances tonight where it seems like they're going to call one thing, or it looks like one thing, and they call something completely different.
For Durham, that's her first foul of the night. She comes off the floor, replaced by Lily Alston. Well, we've talked with her with some of our other Ewing Blue Devil basketball games on BCB, but right now, Tayala Del Foss is my choice for player of the game. Another dominant performance. Still have to make sure to finish the job as Lombardo works around Joy Johnson, drives on her, and Johnson rejects that one. It stays in play. Dichter now down low, and Dichter has it ripped away by Stokes. Stokes, coast to coast, no, but whistle And a trip to the line coming up for Ryan Stokes. And Ryan Stokes in a long line of Stokes high school basketball players, carrying on a great tradition and kind of making her own history.
Yeah, that's for sure. #1 all-time point scorer in Ewing history.
And as a 4-year starter, also part of 4 straight league championships, 2 Central Jersey Group championships, and last year's Group 3 state championship. And of course, not only Stokes, but the other 4 seniors in this starting lineup, a lot of contributions by Biggs, Delfoss, Johnson, and Stokes. And stepping through a couple of defenders that time was Kowaleski, and they're going to say she was tied up. Wow, felt like a little bit of a quick whistle right there. Give it back to the Blue Devils. In front, 18. And really looking like they're in no hurry this possession. Biggs out to Alston. She will catch and shoot. That one misses everything, but Stokes is there. Puts it back up high. No good. Gets another chance at it. And now a tie-up as Hill and Stokes with a piece of the rock. And it's the Cougars with the arrow. 2 minutes gone in the fourth quarter. And Ryan Stokes there showing her athleticism. Seemed like she came from out of nowhere, tipped that one out of bounds.
That seems to happen a lot with her.
Shows that competitive fire with this Blue Devil team. Mentioned they were happy to get back to work after their Mercer County Tournament Championship, beating Allentown in the first round. And then a little bit of a layoff again. That's too easy that time as they bounce it in to Sydney Hill. And somehow the Blue Devil defense broken down there, and Hill with her second bucket. Give a little bit of a layoff there, and now between the first round and this game, they had the weekend, and they got together for that team breakfast on Saturday. And now they get back into that Tuesday, Thursday rhythm. Pulling up with a jumper is Alston. Joy Johnson keeps it from going out of bounds. Post move, Johnson, no. And another shot at it, and it's going to go off of Joy Johnson, out of bounds. And the Cougars take over.
He was able to get in and get a good, decent look, but just couldn't get the shot to fall down.
Kowaleski will step into a 3. A little too much on that one. Dichter will give a shot from the other wing. That's no good. Lombardo hanging in there. And she tries to force up a shot. Doesn't get much on it. Right there you see the fight in this Colts Neck team. Continuing to battle right now. Biggs harassed. And Dichter steals it. Now Dichter dribbling around too much there maybe, but bailed out by a little bit of contact. Joy Johnson whistled for the foul, picks up her 3rd tonight. Well, it looked like just a matter of time before Dichter was going to lose that one.
Yeah, she was getting swarmed by not 1, not 2, but 3 Blue Devils around her. And just dribbling, trying to go right through them.
There, picks up the dribble, bounces to Lombardo. Nice look by Lombardo, and who's there? It's Sydney Hill.
Yeah, another one that they let slip by them right there.
Gets it down to a 14-point game, and Dichter fouling Stokes in the backcourt. And that's a 4th foul on their point guard. They can't afford to lose number 20. Nor can she really lose her aggressiveness. It's a big part of her game as we're down under the midway point of the 4th quarter. Alston inside to Johnson. Johnson bodying Lombardo and banks it off the glass and good.
Man, she is just so good down low in the postgame.
Yeah, she does not miss her Wheaties, I can tell you that.
Now driving Dichter has a path to the bucket. Pulls up though, bounces it to Kowaleski. It's a few times it seems like the Cougars have had an opportunity to maybe drive. That time the pass stolen. Stokes can't finish and
Oh no, she's going to be hearing that in the locker room.
goes off the front rim. Dichter trying to respond. She takes it into the paint and is tied up by Joy Johnson. And Joy Johnson, maybe with a little word for Dichter there, is two both still battling for the loose ball as we get down to 3 minutes remaining. Stokes with a patient dribble up top. Switch spots with Biggs. They try to trap her. She tries to send it up top. Butts nearly stole it. Delfoss picks it up. Bounces out of between two defenders, and the Blue Devils lucky just to hold on to the basketball. Alston looked like she was gonna rise up with a shot. Lost the basketball. Kowaleski for three. Had that one on the rim, but won't go down. Alston races down the floor, underneath the bucket and one. And the Cougars don't like that, but definitely a little bit of push there on Alston. And so she'll try to complete a three-point play, and Lily Alston, who was our Italian People's Bakery player of the game, having a big second half. Alston has done most of her damage at the line. Getting to the charity stripe a couple of times. Okay, that's foul number 5 on Katie Dichter, which is kind of like an unofficial timeout. It allows the player who fouled out to go over to the bench and gives the coach an opportunity to bring in a new player. So this looked like a timeout, but it's the point guard of the Colts Neck Cougar, Katie Dichter, receiving her 5th foul. And so she's got to go to the bench.
Yeah, tough spot. I wasn't really sure what was going on. I don't think I've ever seen a player actually foul out, so that was my first time being like, why are we stopping play? But
meanwhile,
makes sense.
Alston unable to complete that three-point play. Then she tips it away from Butts, and Blue Devils fans disappointed that there wasn't a whistle, and clearly it looked like Butts had her arm across Alston. But the whistles stay silent, and Coach Monty will take a timeout with 2:20 to go in the 4th quarter. And his Blue Devils in command, 51-33. Again, the winner moving on to Thursday to play either Red Bank Regional or Carteret. The rest of the bracket, the 6-seed Somerville taking on, the 3-seed Somerville taking on the 6-seed Neptune, and Brick Memorial, the 10-seed, going up against Ocean Township, the 2-seed. And I feel like the Blue Devils and that Ocean Township team right now on a collision course here for the Central Jersey Group 3 title.
Like that. Yeah, definitely a matchup for the ages, 1 versus 2.
Meanwhile, 2:20 to go, and still the starters out there for the Cougars. We'll see how deep Coach Monty will opt to go here in the bench. The sense I got from Coach Monty was that he likes his players to be out there, to continue to just get work, see competition.
Especially in this stage of the game, you're in state playoffs. You got 2 minutes left, but it's not too big of a lead. Let them keep working.
Yeah, and they haven't seen a whole lot of games of late, so everybody should be pretty fresh out there. Looks like, again, the Blue Devils here in this zone defense right now. Cougars get it to Kowaleski. Catch and shoot, not that time for the sharpshooter. They bounce it into Lombardo. She's got a quick release, but it won't fall for the Cougars. Now Ryan Stokes dribbles up top, Inside out, Johnson to Alston, and now Stokes again. Alston holds, gives it up to Shawnee Biggs. We mentioned all the scoring prowess of this Blue Devil team. The other thing that they've gotten is a ton of big game experience, not just this season, but over the past number of years. We mentioned 4 straight league titles and Central Jersey Group 3 titles, and here you see in this end game scenario, they are masterful at playing keep away right now with this Cougars team. Well, right on cue, they throw it away. Yeah. but prior to that turnover, did a really good job of taking a ton of time off the clock. They weren't thinking of shooting and just executing what Coach Monty was asking them to do.
Yeah, chewed off a good about 20 to 30 seconds right there, so they did a good job for what it's worth.
And now Colts Neck with under a minute remaining. Yeah, and still you got the 5 starters for the Blue Devils on the floor to try to finish this one out, including our Italian People's Bakery player of the game, Tiala Del Foss, who's up top there guarding Butts. Now Kowaleski will fire away. Couldn't connect that time. She has been good and has hit her threes, but calling on Juliana Kowaleski a little bit too much to try to keep them in this game. You live by the 3, you die by the 3, and
That's for a fact.
tonight, Colts Neck going down as we're under a half-minute remaining, and that's a backcourt violation as Savannah Butt steps over midcourt. And nice to see Savannah Butts get a round of applause from the Colts Neck crowd that traveled here to Ewing High School, and get a hug from Coach Nick Russo for her efforts tonight and throughout her time.
Yeah, and it could be the last. Actually, it is the last time they're going to be playing for him. So, nice little send-off to be able to
Get your senior off the floor.
Just give him a spotlight. Give him a moment.
Get him a round of applause here. Although they're Colts Neck Cougars, not advancing, a lot to be proud of this year with this Colts Neck team, and certainly a lot to look forward to for the Ewing Blue Devils as they move on into the Central Jersey Group 3 semifinal, defeating the Colts Neck Cougars 51-33. All right, Tiala Del Foss is our player of the game. We'll talk to her in just a moment and also try to recap scoring when we return here to Ewing High School. Blue Devils victorious here in the Central Jersey Group 3 quarter. And back with more coverage in a moment.
Hi, Merrill Reese for Capital Health, reminding you that the former St. Francis Medical Center is now Capital Health East, and they still offer a 24/7 emergency department as well as outpatient medical clinic services. To enter the emergency department and outpatient clinic, please use the Burt Avenue entrance. Capital Health, proud to be a partner for better health in our state's capital, Trenton, New Jersey. This is Merrill Reese reminding you that Haldeman Ford Subaru on Route 33 in Hamilton Township is more than just a great place to purchase a new Ford Subaru or pre-owned car or truck. Their collision and service centers services all makes and models and specializes in fleet service. Haldeman's Collision Center is renowned for their work. It's a state-of-the-art facility, all insurance accepted, free estimates and loaner cars available, and one of the friendliest staffs around. From small dents to major repairs on any make or model, it's Haldeman Ford Subaru Collision Center, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. They're good!
Hi, this is Mercer County Prosecutor Angelo Honorfree, and I hope you're enjoying today's game. I'd like to commend today's students for participating in today's event. Being a part of extracurricular activities, whether it's an athletic event, marching in the band, or performing in the school play, or being on the debate team, is good for today's youth. And parents, stay involved in your children's activities and encourage them. An involved parent nurtures your children to accomplish great things. I'm proud to support the youth of Mercer County. This is Angelo Honorfree, your Mercer County Prosecutor, and I hope you enjoyed.
1490 WBCB Levittown and Trenton, and video stream live at WBCBsports.com. Your home for the best local sports in Bucks and Mercer counties.
All right, welcome back to Ewing High School. The Blue Devils get a 51-33 victory over Colts Neck in the Central Jersey Group 3 quarterfinal, and our player of the game tonight is Tayala Del Foss. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about the state of the team right now. You guys have some big wins, round 1, round 2, but high expectations still.
Yeah, so we know since we have high expectations, it takes a lot. We have to be ready for every game. We have to, as a team, be ready emotionally, mentally as well, because, you know, refs is not always going to call our way. So we got to understand that and really complete, like, you know what I mean, really, like, complete the games and everything.
And finish the job 100%.
Yeah.
Get you. You guys were dominant on the board again. Can you tell me a little bit about the type of work that you guys put in to be so good as rebounders, as a team? I mean, you, Joy, Ryan, everybody seems to contribute in that department.
Really just hard work for real. We bust our behind off in practice, you know, sweat for real. Like, we really just work hard and we challenge each other in practice, so it prepares us for the games.
You know, your coach sent us over some bios of all the players and stuff. And so impressed with all the things that you guys are able to do. And one thing that occurred to me was, like, Blue Devils, a lot of talent, but nobody's going to outwork this team. Is that a mindset that you guys have? I mean, I just look at all the things you guys participate in and do. It really is impressive. And, I mean, you guys put in a lot of hard work. I don't know. I don't think people give you guys enough credit for that.
Yeah, so, I mean, we treat every team like they the best team. We treat every team like they are higher ranked than us, so we come out strong every time.
I mean, even the stuff you guys do off the floor is pretty impressive. Congratulations on the win tonight. What do you think the key is going forward here to just keep the team together, keep the vibe right, and to continue to achieve those goals you guys have set for yourselves?
Really to stay calm, stay working, and stay focused. Get that ring.
All right, well, I got you for 17 points tonight, which I think led all scorers, so congratulations and well done for your efforts. A certificate to the Italian People's Bakery for
Thank
a hoagie.
you.
Good luck as you guys continue to survive and advance and move on here in the Central Jersey Group 3 tournament.
Thank you so much.
All right, Tayala Del Foss with us here after the game. Thanks to Tayala for her time, and I pulled her away from her family. She was over there hugging people and getting celebrated and everything. I said, "Hold on, we got to pull you away just for a moment before you're able to celebrate this big win." And we appreciate her coming over and giving us a little time. Big thanks to our sponsors too: the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office. Thanks to Haldeman Ford Subaru, here yesterday, here today, and here tomorrow. Capital Health System, the Revere Restaurant, the New Jersey Education Association, the Trentonian, the Italian People's Bakery, Hyundai of Trenton at 1655 North Olden Avenue, and a big thanks to the International House of Pancakes. Italian, international. Yeah. Again, I'm like very European here all of a sudden. International House of Pancakes right across the street from Ewing High School. Real proud sponsors of Blue Devil Athletics. And the Italian People's Bakery, our sponsor for our post game, and thanks to Tayala, who picked up a hoagie from the IPB. Thanks to the crew, Gus Barber, our video engineer, and Makai Gundy behind the camera, both helping to break down the action here from Ewing High School. And I'm thinking we're here on Thursday as they will take on Red Bank Regional, and at least they're the favorite in that 4-12 matchup. But it will be another home game, and again, the luxury of having that 1 seed. You see a 16 seed, Allentown, take them down easily, and Colts Neck, they hung around for a little bit, but as an 8 seed, just a mismatch tonight, and the Blue Devils just too good. Oh, I forgot to ask Tayala the question I wanted to ask her about moving up the list of all-time Blue Devils scores. I wasn't sure if that was on her mind, but that was one of the things that she was able to do tonight. She now becomes the second leading scorer in Ewing Blue Devil Girls basketball history, eclipsing the 1,560 point mark and getting past Maya Grimes. So in addition to being our Italian People's Bakery player of the game and winning tonight, she also moves up the scoring list, which is awesome, and makes her deserving of the certificate and all the fanfare and stuff. So congratulations to the Blue Devils. Thanks to the crew and the sponsors. One final time here from Ewing High School, it was the Blue Devils 51, the Colts Neck Cougars 33, as the Blue Devils win it in the Central Jersey Group 3 quarterfinal. Thanks for listening and watching high school basketball on the WBCB.